right, let's start with something that citizens around the county are seeing as we sit here, the cleanup debris left over Hurricane Helene. Remind people what all they're doing and when it should be finished.
Well, the end is not near. We still have time to go, but people should push their debris to the right-of-way, not in the road, but to the right-of-way. And as we've stated earlier, there will be multiple trips. So if you have some items, you need to get them out there. You need to get them out there now, sooner the better, so we can pick them up and go add to Greg Smith Mountain at the Star landfill. And also be aware that we will have mulch available for people 6 days a week. Now, you can't go take that mulch right away and go put it on your plants unless you want to kill them. But you can use it to cover banks and things like that, use it for water stabilization projects. But after it sits for about 6 months, you can certainly use it for plants and things like that. And it doesn't cost anything. And that way we don't fill up the landfill with all of these huge tree stumps. So it could have shortened the life of that landfill by 1 or 2 years easily.
Wow.
Easily.
And I know there's miles to go, but is there any idea when they'll get done with that?
No.
Is anything else in the county still being affected or still cleaning up from
Oh, we have lots of individuals still fixing up their houses. We have a lot of that going on. The county is we're still working with our insurance cover to make sure that everything that was insured we get reimbursed for, and we're also doing strict record keeping to make sure that any FEMA reimbursements we can get, that we will get those too. So there's a lot of work that we're still doing. Council last Tuesday extended our emergency declaration that will allow us to help people in ways we usually can't help people, so we've been really after it for a good bit of time.
The county's also been cracking down on those illegal signs and removing them and warning people. It seems like they pop right back up, like whack-a-moles. Is there a plan to add a fine or do something else to keep
Yes, what we're looking at is increasing the fine. You have to come in and get a permit to do a sign, but we are picking up, we don't touch real estate signs. We did not touch political signs. Political season's over. So all of this, we buy houses, all of those signs, if they don't have a permit, we're going to pick them up and we're going to dispose of them.
No more returning them to the people.
No. We've already given people enough breaks on that. And you have repeat offenders who continually put them out.
And there will be a fine coming, or the council's going to consider it? Or?
Oh, absolutely, they're going to consider it because it's nothing but litter. It's pollution. It is visual pollution.
Well, Anderson County voters narrowly shot down the council's referendum to put a 1 penny sales tax in place for road and bridge repair. Where does that leave the county in terms of road and bridge maintenance? My calculations suggest that there's currently about enough money to take care of 11 miles of the county's 1,500 miles of roads and bridges.
We will continue to make use of C-Fund money from the state. We will continue to put county money into the roads. We will also look for every available grant known to mankind, which we're already in the process of doing, and expect to hear back on some of those grants. But it will not be the same amount of money, but that's what we intend to do.
Well, I just looked at the current C-Funds and the other stuff, and I figured about 11 miles of roads can be paid for that money.
Hopefully we can stretch it out. Maybe it's not $1 million for every mile, but we'll make it go as far as it can.
Well, tax notices should be out by now. What should people be seeing on those?
Well, there's no tax increase from the county, I can assure you of that. So I received mine too, so I'll be paying it. So that's what we have. But I still remind people, and I know it doesn't mean anything and people don't think about it, but it was a national magazine that said Anderson County has one of the lowest cost of living in the United States of America. And if you go to other places or you talk to people who've moved here, they will tell you that's true.
And most of that money is not coming to the county on that tax.
Oh, no. People think that the county gets every penny of that on those tax notices, but there's a nice little circle on every tax bill, and it shows you precisely where your tax dollars go. And the majority of it, the great majority of it, goes to education.
Which is not a bad thing.
No.
Is the cooling inflation helping the county budget at all, or is it?
Well, anytime inflation cools down, it helps individuals, families, and it also helps the county. Because, we're spending your tax money, my tax money, and the better deal that we can get, the further that money goes.
Well, yesterday Harbor Freight made it official. They're bringing new jobs to the county with some better than living wages. Do you think they'll continue to grow their presence in Piedmont?
We expect them to grow their presence in Piedmont. Some of those jobs are going to pay $100,000 a year. And so we're very excited about that. It is not a Harbor Freight store. Harbor Freight has created this research and development division because they want to have a professional grade tool. And so that's what this is about. So this is a research and development operation. We're very pleased that they're here, and we hope they continue to grow in Anderson County.
Is any other economic development announcements expected before the end of the year?
We may have one or two before the end of the year. We're just trying to work some things out to put everything in place. But everything, we're still getting a lot of requests for information, a lot of people coming by, a lot of people looking at everything. So we're excited about that.
I know I didn't talk to you about this before, but do you have like a ballpark figure of how many jobs have been added this year?
No, not right now, but I will about the second week in January. I don't know how many.
Well, unemployment remains so low here. Is that a factor in recruiting or anything, or is that just...
Well, whenever you have low unemployment and you're competing against some other place that has high unemployment, they will say Anderson County doesn't have enough people to fill those jobs. They say the same thing about Greenville. They say the same thing about Spartanburg. But we have enough people to fill those jobs. People sometimes forget that a lot of people from Anderson work in Greenville, but a whole lot of people from Abbeville, Oconee, Pickens, and the river counties in Georgia work in Anderson. And so there's plenty of people to work, and there are plenty of jobs out there for people to work, and they're good jobs. And most of them pay more than the county average rate, which is around $23 right now. So the economy here is good. We're seeing new commercial entities are inquiring about coming to Anderson, which is always an indicator that something good is going on there. So we're kind of excited about what's coming up.
And expansions of current...
And expansions of current businesses continue to occur.
You and I were talking about this the other day. What is it about this area that has such a strong draw? We were talking about, you said some retired managers who haven't been here in years returned to retire. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. This place has a hold on people. I mean, it really does have a hold on people. Yeah. That story I told you about plant managers who had been here, and sometimes these plant managers had been 4, 5, 6 different plants. And they've seen a lot of the United States. They'll have been gone 10 years. Where are they going to retire? They want to retire in Anderson. It just has some magnetic pull like it does to me and many other people. People don't want to leave Anderson, and they get here and they fall in love. And it's passion.
And I know we want to continue to grow, but this rapid growth, does that threaten that sort of what makes it special? Or is that
If you look at a map of Anderson County, there are some congested areas. That is a bona fide fact. But you can also go look at the number of new farms that have been created in Anderson County. Not my numbers, United States Department of Agriculture numbers. So we still have a lot of room in Anderson County. In some areas it's congested. But last week, County Council approved 2 new measures. One, changing the boundaries on new developments from 50 feet to 100 feet, which will provide buffer but also help with drainage issues. And they also passed a thing because you would have people that would come in with a development and it would be voted down, so they would change one little thing, then run back, just really trying to tire people out from coming and protesting them. So that was put in place, still has 2 readings to go, that you can't keep running back and trying to wear people down. So I think that's going to have a great effect. And also, if you come back after you've been turned down, you better make a significant change, because if you come back with the same thing or you dropped one lot, it's not going to work.
And those changes to the developments will also kind of relieve some of the eyesores that we're seeing in these other places.
Yes, absolutely.
Recreation continues to be one of those top things on the list for people wanting to live here and companies wanting to come. Any big updates planned at the parks ahead? What about the proposed upgrades at Green Pine? Is that still on schedule?
All the new electrical is well on schedule. We're waiting for some final engineering plans on that. Then we'll be gearing up in about a year to add some more lanes out there for boats to be put in. We are almost guaranteed, if the weather stays nice, that the next addition to Kid Venture will be finished in December. The airport playground will be finished. We are bidding out the Hurricane Springs project. That's going to take place. The lights will be on in Dolly Cooper in about 2 weeks. The pickleball courts at Dolly Cooper are underway. I met with a private developer yesterday who is going to build about 30 pickleball courts. It's a private developer. It will be a charge for that. Very ambitious plans that he has for that. in the pickleball area. So a lot of that's happening. Williamson now has pickleball courts. Belton's fixing theirs. So just a whole lot of things in recreation that are going on, and we're just excited about it. When we finish this phase of Kid Venture, then we're already planning on another phase of Kid Venture, because I don't think it can be big enough. I just don't think it can be big enough, because if you got 90,000 people in the urban area, you got to make that thing grow. This will be finished in December, then we'll start on the next phase.
And how about the kayak launches that were damaged by the hurricane?
Well, they're insured, so we're going through that process. But yes, we had severe damage on that, but we'll be ready for the Saluda River Rally.
The new Civic Center signs look really good. I think I've heard a lot of good comments on that. Any other upgrades going on at the Civic Center we know about?
Yes, and just to let people know, a lot of our upgrades that we're able to do, Senator Cash and Senator Gambrill have really thrown a lot of money into amenities. We're going to be doing some cosmetic and structural work out at the Civic Center with grant money, directed money given to us. So the carpet out at the Civic Center has been there about 33 years. And so during the Christmas holidays, we're going to be giving the Civic Center a sprucing up and making it look a whole lot better than it is. We're doing some work on the amphitheater. We're going to be adding some cameras out at the balloon launch field. A whole lot of improvements that are going on. A whole lot of improvements that have been going on at the new courthouse. We're responsible for the building at DSS, so we're making improvements there. We're excited about mental health moving into their new facility. We're excited about probation and parole moving into their new facility. So we have a lot of things going, a lot of moving targets, and a lot of things going on.
I know the municipalities already talk about this. Williamson's got a new playground. They got a grant, but a lot of them using hospitality tax money. If the county had that hospitality tax unincorporated areas, it would help fund a lot of these projects, wouldn't it?
They're bringing about $3 million a year, conservative estimate. And that money can only go for our recreation projects that would bring tourists in.
That's a lot for our parks.
Yes.
Council approved another project for opioid settlement this week, providing funds for Shalom House Ministry to have scholarships. Just somebody asked me about that fund. Remind people of what that fund is and how it's managed.
A group of counties and states got together to sue the opioid manufacturers because it was proven in court that they were, in essence, drug dealers. And a lot of people got hooked on fentanyl and other substances. So a court case was brought forth, and these drug companies agreed to pay this money to settle it, the opioid settlement. Anderson County gets an allotment of that money, and it has to be used for addiction treatment, primarily fentanyl and those things right there. And so we're taking this money. We've given money to the Bridge Center. We've given money to Lovewell. We've given money to PlaySafe. We've given money to Shalom, and this will be another one. The one that goes to the Bridge Center and Shalom in the past have been for people getting out of jail and going directly into treatment. That's good. We're happy about that. But this is going to be for people who want to go to Shalom, $350,000, and this will pay for their stay at Shalom completely to get them clean and off drugs.
And those are like $8,000 scholarships. That's a lot of people. That'll cover
about $8,000 per person. That will cover a lot of people.
When we're talking about mental health, where are we on the mental health court and the veterans court?
Oh, they're up. The mental health court is up and running and semi-functioning as a veterans court too. Also, we hope to make it a full-fledged veterans court, so that's in the works. We also have other things in the veterans. A lot of our veterans, County Council bought a van to help our veterans get to various doctor's offices. Our next thing that we want to do is we want to buy a wheelchair van. So we're working with our state delegation and others to see if we can get a wheelchair van for our local Veterans Affairs office. And also have to mention this week that Senator Gambrill and legislative delegation got $300,000 to helping vets build their new building. So we're real proud about that too.
Mental health care is also a priority at the new detention center. What will that new facility offer in that and other services the current one can't do?
Well, we're already offering increased psychiatric capabilities at our detention center, but we don't have any space to do that. So this is going to give us dedicated areas where we can offer treatment. A lot of groups want to come in and help the prisoners. Now there's no way for them to come in. This is going to allow groups to have space to come in and offer services, because you don't want to keep seeing the same people in the jail, the same over and over. And a lot of those people, not all of them, have issues that can be dealt with and they can lead productive lives. And that's what we're going to do.
And construction has made pretty good progress out there.
Those people are, I mean, they don't miss anything. You go out there, it looks like there's ants everywhere working over there. We're also happy that if you ride right down the road, you know, the county leased some land to the Disabilities and Special Needs Board. And if you go down there, they're building their new shelter, a new farmer's market. So there's a lot of activity around the Civic Center area right now, but we're happy about both those projects.
And council also approved a generator for the new detention center. It's one of those things people don't think about, but you got to have it.
A lot of people thought about it about a month ago. I thought about generators. But
for a detention center especially.
But I mean, if you've got around 600 or 700 people, I'm talking staff, visitors, and everything going around there. You better have a generator there, and we're going to have a generator, and you'll pay for it in 15 years. And those generators can last up to 30 years. The generator that powers this building has been here for over 27 years, so they last a long time.
As we get toward the end of the year, Paws is slammed again. It seems like there's always some seizure of animals. What can people do to help Paws?
They can foster an animal. They can keep their own animal. They can spay or neuter their animals. If they find some animals, we will do everything we can to accommodate them. They're slammed. Humane Society is slammed too. And we keep having these cases of people mistreating animals, and you have to do something to help that.
I haven't asked you about this lately, but what's the latest on the EMS system? Is it hitting all the targets council set?
It is doing fabulously well. It is running. It's a well-oiled machine. We have great paramedics. They're providing great service. And I think it's now people just expect it. They understand it. They know how it operates. And we're so proud of it. You know, they won System of the Year. You know, Steve Kelly won Director of the Year. And we have good morale. We talked about that this morning, and it's just a wonderful thing to see after it took a while to get up and going, but it's been a blessing, and it's making a difference in people's lives.
I saw the tiles have arrived for the historic courthouse this week.
Yep.
How soon before they'll get the roof finished?
Well, they're not going to make Christmas, but it's not their fault. We're very pleased with the contractors on this building, but the problem has been all the rain days. All the rain days have slowed them down. But the tiles are here, and they're going to start going up.
And the old tiles, more than 100 years old, can be purchased at the museum for $25. That's a fundraiser for...
They can purchase tiles at the museum right now, and you can have a souvenir from the old courthouse.
And some people are using them to landscape their yards, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
And before we meet again, the holiday market will be up and running at the farmers market.
Yes.
And that just has grown out from under the roof into tents. And
again, Sharon Niccomedo doing a wonderful job. She decided she wanted to do that, and it's grown and grown and grown, and we're very pleased with it.
And with that, we're moving into the most wonderful time of the year. They're getting the tree up across the street here, and lighting is set for the week before Thanksgiving. Tell me about the new base that was built for the tree.
Our guys at facilities, Mitchell really thought of this. In the past, we had to construct a foundation. And it wasn't a pretty looking foundation. It was a very secure foundation, but he came up with the idea that we would pour cement around it and have a permanent base for the tree that could support the tree and also look nice when the tree's not there. And it came out just wonderfully well, and it's working great, and the tree's more stable, and plus it adds about 2 feet to how tall the tree is. So it should be about 5 feet taller this year than it was last year.
So we're over 50 feet finally.
We're over 50 feet.
And the holiday music starts when?
We'll crank that up the Friday before Thanksgiving.
And since Thanksgiving is late, the tree lighting this year will be December 6th.
Yes.
Which is less than 3 weeks before Christmas. And of course the parades are coming and the tree lightings. And as always, council is urging citizens to shop locally during the holidays.
Absolutely.
What is the importance of that? I mean, I know people hear that all the time. How much actual financial difference is
that? Money will turn around 4 or 5 times in Anderson County if you shop with a local merchant. And it just does, and I'm sorry, that's the way it is. So if you go buy something from a local merchant, they're going to go buy something from a local merchant, and that money stays in the county and helps our economy.
And so the tree's going up. When will the wreaths be up?
I'll have to contact the little elves who are in charge of that.
Soon.
Soon, very soon. And one of the things I'm very excited about the Christmas tree lighting this year is that we're going to have a bagpiper. and he's going to pipe Santa Claus in.
And this is just a bagpiper playing Christmas music, not just.
Christmas music.
You found once a bagpiper who actually had their own Christmas album.
I did. I found one and I asked him because I was searching, and I said, this may be crazy, but Christmas music with a bagpipe. And he informed me that he had a Christmas album with bagpipes, and I said, you're the fella. You're the guy we need.
Well, next time we meet, we'll do a review of that bagpipe Christmas album.
Sounds good.